Today we have our special guest. It is my honor to introduce Padma ma'am, who lives in Tracy, California. She is a molecular biologist by profession and has worked as an editor at World Scientific Publishing House in Singapore, a lecturer at Ngee Ann Polytechnic in Singapore, and a research associate at the University of Washington in Seattle. She feels blessed to be married to a wonderful soul and to be the mother of two amazing souls who have incarnated in this life as young men. She has volunteered as a teacher in schools and with Sai spiritual education. During the COVID lockdown, she also taught Bhagavad Gita shlokas and moral stories to children through online sessions. She is currently a homemaker. Her life has completely transformed since she has begun practicing meditation in July 2024. She now understands that her soul plan is to be a spiritual scientist, and she feels that she is finally aligned with it. We truly honored and delighted to welcome Padma ma'am to share her wisdom and experiences with us today.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Surya ma'am, Punita, and all the other masters here. Thank you so much for asking me to share on this beautiful platform. I feel so honored myself to be able to share a few things, few important things that I have learned during my meditation. And today I shall share about silence or importance of Mouna or silence. So friends, today I wanted to share with you about, what is the importance of silence, right? So, but I mean, before that, we all know that when we get into meditation and you start observing your breath, the way you get into the silence is by using your breath as the anchor for quietening the mind. So when we put our awareness on our breath, we are taking it away from the thoughts. And the thoughts are the ones that are, the mind keeps producing thoughts, and we cannot stop the thoughts, and we don't try to, there is no way to divert them or do anything about it, but the only thing that we have in our control is to take our awareness away from the thought, and we do that by placing it on our breath. So the minute we put our attention on our breath and not on our thoughts, we slowly start seeing that the number of thoughts reduce, and eventually you will also observe that the gap between two thoughts also increases. So that means what? That we are experiencing some moments of silence within, where there is absolutely no thought. So when we become aware of that gap between the one thought and the other, that's when we are in that pure awareness state where we become completely quiet. We experience the silence that is our true nature, and we are aware of our existence. We start becoming aware of the fact that awareness, in this awareness. And that is the ultimate state in which you actually want to remain. So, as we keep going deeper and deeper into our meditation practice, we will notice that that gap increases and our ability to keep ourselves in that silence also increases. So, masters, when we talk about silence, there are three types of silence that we can talk about, right? The first silence is, of course, silence of speech. That means you try to become aware of your what you are talking, and you also try to reduce unnecessary talk. So, as we do the meditation, our awareness actually automatically increases. So, we start becoming aware of our talk, our speech, and slowly, when we observe silence, that is, when you observe conscious hours of silence, where you tell yourself that today, maybe for this 2 hours, I will be in silence. So that's where you can start. Eventually, you would like to be in silence maybe 24 hours, where you are just observing yourself. You're observing your thoughts, you're observing your mind, you're observing everything without talking. So, this is the first level of silence where we completely do not, we are aware of what is it that we are talking, and you can reduce the talking. So that is the first stage. Because when we do not talk, when we go into this state where we just observe the thoughts and don't talk, that is when we actually give the mind space to settle down, right? The second silence is the silence for senses. See, nowadays we are constantly bombarded with so much of sensory stimulation. We are looking at iPhones, or we are looking at iPads, we are looking at social media, we are watching television or something, we are listening to music. Even when we go for a walk, we are not with ourselves. We put on our earpods or headphones, and we are walking in the beautiful nature, but we are with the music, or we are with a podcast, or we are listening to something else. We feel that yes, I am doing this, I'm in the nature, I am walking, I am trying to be by myself. But as long as your senses are occupied, that means you're uh, you know seeing something with your eyes, but you're not able to take in fully what you're seeing with your eyes, because you're listening also. And then you are probably, you have to be aware of your surroundings, you are distracted by some other stuff. So then what happens is you are again diluting that silence within. So the next thing that we can do is completely take a break from the gadgets. So when we silence the senses, meaning if you are going for the walk, try to be with yourself, observing yourself, being aware of where you are. And if you're in nature, just commune with nature completely. So make it a point that this is the small things that I have done, friends. I have practiced. So I'm sharing from my experience that when I took a conscious decision that when I go for a walk, I go to the park, then I'm not going to listen, even if it's a spiritual talk, even if it's a podcast about spirituality, but one of the masters is talking, or if it's a Zoom call, whatever it is, I try. Sometimes it's hard because we are all trying to manage time, but as much as possible, try to make sure you give yourself some time when you are out or when you're doing something, but you take a complete break from gadgets. You can start again by half an hour, 1 hour, consciously decide, I won't have any external distraction. I'm not going to engage in my senses. So that is when you can again be with yourself and be aware of your thoughts, right? So that's the second silence. And then, of course, the third silence, which is meditation, where you are with your breath, you take your attention away from your thoughts. So again, when you are with your breath, then you again take your attention from your thoughts. Then you are in that witness state. You're observing your breath, but you also notice the thoughts are rising. They just rise like bubbles. But then, whenever you become aware that you are thinking, you come back to watching your breath. And this awareness of realizing that, oh, I am with a thought, I'm actually not with my breath, steadily starts getting better and better. See, earlier, initially, you will notice that sometimes the thoughts come and you go away with your thoughts. You're not even aware that you actually gone away with a thought. After some moments, you will then realize, oh, I'm thinking, I need to come back to my breath. So that awareness of how quickly you catch yourself with a thought, how you can break it, and how you come back to watching your breath, will steadily improve, and you will notice for yourself, the more you are meditating, the faster you will notice your awareness increases. So faster you catch yourself with a thought and come back to breath. So then, friends, what happens when you are in silence? So when we observe silence, this again I have from my experience, because I was in the program with Punita ma'am, and we were. It was, and I think Brinda is also here. She was in my batch. Hello, Brinda. So we had to be we had to go through this exercise of every week observing 1 day of complete silence, and 1 day when Sir called it hybrid Mauna. That means that day you can speak something, but very, very limited. Unless necessary, we you don't open your mouth. And with the same with the gadgets. Unless absolutely necessary, you don't text, or you don't see a message or email or something. So limited, very, very limited use of your gadget time also. So what it does when you observe this kind of a practice, and I actually ended up doing this Mauna for some for the healing journey, and I was motivated to do it, friends. I did it for 41 days, where I was in hybrid Mauna. I was not in total Mauna, but I was in hybrid Mauna. I did it for 41 days last year, February and March. And it was an amazing, amazing experience. And I started without even knowing that I'm going to do it. I mean, I was told by a master saying it might help you, try the Mauna, try the Mauna. And then I was kind of dilly-dallying, thinking, okay, I'll start. And finally, that master said, you have to. So from this moment, you should stop talking, and you will talk only after 41 days. So it was suddenly, I was asked to do it. I had no preparation time or something. I couldn't even tell my family. I couldn't tell anyone. But I just took it on as a challenge, saying, yes, I'll do it. And it was just a beautiful experience, because the minute after a few weeks, what I noticed mainly was that it's the ego that made me do all the talking. I really, there were moments when I could feel that it was not me. I was happy just being silent. No, I never felt the urge to talk, but I could see the pull that the ego was doing. The ego mind keeps pulling that you have to express. Why? Because I just feel like I want to prove something. I want to show that I have a point to share, or I want to be, I want to be given some importance here or something. So I could see so many levels in the ego, where the ego is the one that actually makes us open our mouth. And and the second thing that became very clear to me was, the more I was in silence, the more I could observe my thoughts. I became so observant of my thought that I could literally see the thought, and then I could see the emotion behind the thought. It was so beautiful, because the minute I was aware of the thought, I could see, oh, what is the underlying emotion? My awareness peaked so much that I could catch the emotion immediately. I could see, oh, there is an anger in this thought. There is some jealousy in this thought. There is greed in this thought. There's some desire. So, all these qualities, right? The emotions that we go through during the day, you become more sensitive, and immediately you catch what is the emotion. And when you see the emotion, then I could actually see how the emotion I'm experiencing in the body. This is absolutely magical, friends. It is like, if you catch yourself, whenever you have a thought which is not a high frequency thought, like love, gratitude, compassion, kindness, all these. are different kinds of emotions where it actually you actually are in your true space. You are in that soul space when you feel these high frequency, this beautiful emotions, right? But when you have the low frequency emotions like anger, for example, I used to be able to catch that this thought has so much anger behind. The emotion is so much anger, and I could see how the anger is traveling in my body. I could literally see, oh my God, it starts from my feet and my muscles are tensing up. My stomach muscles are tensing up. Everything is getting tight. So I could see how the emotion affects our body also. And so I was able to catch that. And then I used to consciously send love energy to that thought, saying, I see you. First, you have to acknowledge. I used to be able to acknowledge that, yes, I'm seeing this thought. And you have so I used to send love energy saying, I know, I see you, but I want to transmute you. So sending love energy slowly, I could see that the body is just relaxing automatically. All that tightness, all that feeling that is rising in my body, I could see it relaxing. And the thought automatically changes. I didn't have to put a positive thought, or I didn't have to change it. Automatically, my mind is producing a thought which is so high frequency. Because I've sent the love vibrations, I could transmute that low frequency into a high frequency. And automatically, if I had a thought which had some smell of jealousy, like, oh, I'm not feeling good about that person's whatever, immediately I would have a thought where I feel like, oh, I'm so happy for that person. That mind was, automatically changing it. So this was something I experienced myself, and I even today I experience. So I totally attribute this ability to be for to silence. Firstly, it's the meditation, right? When you have a consistent practice of meditation every day, maybe an hour. You can maybe, if you have time, maybe 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the evening, or 45 minutes, as we did today in the morning, 45 in the evening. When you do this consistently, friends and masters, you will see that you are more aware. Your awareness increases of about everything, including your thoughts. And once your awareness in your thoughts increases, then you will be able to catch that every thought has a underlying emotion. Every emotion produces some kind of a physiological change in your body. And that change in the body is the one that triggers illness, right? Because the cortisol increases and your blood pressure goes up, and whatever subtle changes happen, so much of chemicals get released when we go through those kind of low frequency emotions, and those cause a vicious cycle in the body. So the key to doing to being able to catch yourself is silence in meditate, which comes through meditation, and silence that comes through speech control, being aware of what you're talking, how much you have to talk, and then silence with your gadgets. In today's world, that's also important. So if we are very, very consistent in practicing these three levels of silence, then, masters, you will definitely see a big difference it will make in the level of awareness. And as your awareness increases, then you realize also who you truly are, right? Your understanding of who am I keeps deepening and deepening. You will realize, I'm not the body, I'm not the thoughts, because you're getting more and more aware of the thought, and that you're just observing the thought. You don't have to engage in the thought. You don't have to react to the thought. You don't have to take any action. You can just be a silent observer. And then you realize every thought has an underlying emotion, and I'm not that emotion. Before this practice, I used to feel that if I have a thought and automatically I'm getting consumed by the emotion. So obviously you'll feel helpless. You feel like I want to control. I don't want to be angry, but I'm not able to control. We say that so many times. We catch ourselves saying it. I don't want to be angry, but somehow I am not able to control it. But friends, we are able to control, because from where is that anger coming? It's coming from within us. It's not coming from outside, right? And we also feel that, oh, somebody else has said this, so that's why I had to say it. But no, we cannot control what another person does to us, another person says to us. What can we control? Our reaction to it, right? We have the ability to say, am I going to just witness and let this pass, or am I going to engage in it? So our own thoughts also, which trigger so many emotions, you have the ability to control. And so this deep level of awareness comes through silence, practicing silence in life, because then you can truly, truly transform your life. You can observe your thoughts. You don't have to react. You can observe your emotions. You don't feel that you're out of control. You don't feel that you're completely like under this barrage of going through emotional ups and downs. You can be in equanimity, you can be peaceful without going through that emotions also are under your control. And you can observe that in meditation you will observe that the more silence you are in the outer world with your speech, with your gadgets, the deeper your experience, inner experience will be. Your ability to go deeper and deeper into that stillness, the peace, the awareness inside, where the gap between two thoughts keeps increasing slowly, slowly. You will have more time of just being in that awareness state, where and that is self-realization. At the end of the day, the first step is to realize who you are, which is you're just an awareness in this awareness. So when I had that glimpse one day, I realized during my meditation, I had this glimpse and I came out of it, and I shared with my husband. I said, "Oh my God, I just realized that I'm just an awareness. That's it. I'm an awareness. I'm aware that I'm aware." And there's complete stillness. And I could that day see that, yes, I experienced, I'm not this body. I am not the thought. I'm not the emotion. I'm just that silence. I'm just an awareness. And I'm aware that I'm aware. And that is the first step of uh, entering into that space of self realization, right? And slowly, as we practice more and more, we can deepen that awareness, where it is an unbroken awareness. It's a beautiful joyous state, unbroken awareness that, yes, I am just an awareness in, and I'm aware that I'm aware. I'm a witness, and everything else is not me, but I'm aware of everything else that's happening. So, friends, I don't know if I took too much time, but this is my experience of going through observing silence, mindfulness, and silence, right? These two things completely transform my life, totally. So they increase my awareness so much. And uh, and also, once you are aware, you start seeing your own subconscious mind patterns. You can observe that you are basically run by your subconscious mind. So you can go deeper and deeper and try to change those patterns, so that you're not a victim of your subconscious mind. We can change that programming, so we can become a better version of who we are. So many levels of transformation you can experience through observing silence. And that 41 days where I was in hybrid Mouna, I couldn't believe it, because I'm an extrovert. I like to share. I like to talk. I feel like when people come home, I'm the one who talks more. My husband is very quiet, and I used to complain earlier that you don't talk. You're very quiet, and I used to think that's not a great quality. I used to feel like I am superior because I can express, I can talk, I engage in people, I crack jokes, I'm funny, or whatever, and I used to feel this is what a person should be like. So I used to tell my husband, how come you're so quiet? You don't talk, you don't talk. So I always found that as if it was something not a desirable quality. But now I realize that I married into a family where all of them are quiet because that was something I had to learn in my life and appreciate. So after 33 years of being married, I realized that, oh my God, I had to learn this quality from my husband. And even today, he is like, so for me, observing silence was not tough because my husband, he's happy not talking. I have an older son who works from home. He's also very quiet, like his dad. So for me, Mauna came very easy. They are not interested in talking anyway. So they are happy. Oh, she's in Mauna, good. She will not even bother us. So that's how it was very easy for me. So I encourage all of you friends to try, even if it's a few hours a day, consciously be in silence at all three levels, right? Speech, gadgets, and with going into meditation. Thank you so much again, Punita, and she's like my younger sister, so I call her Punita. And thank you all, dear masters, for listening, giving me this beautiful platform to share my personal experiences through silence. And I hope it will inspire you to experiment with silence for few moments, few hours. Start with few hours a day, and I'm sure you will motivate yourself that I can keep longer hours of silence and get to know who you truly are. Meet yourself after all these years through silence. Okay, thank you so much. And if anybody wants to share, I will take some questions. Thank you, Punita, once again, and thank you, Surya. Thank you.
Thank
It's
you.
a pleasure to have you, ma'am. It was a wonderful session. It's a mind-blowing session, I will say.
Oh, thank you.
I had a very good experience with you during the silence retreat, the during January month, and whenever I think about oneness consciousness, I cannot miss your name because you were the one first explained to me in detail about the oneness consciousness. So I have a lot of gratitude to you. You are also one
Thank
of
you.
my guru who taught
Oh,
me
no, no,
about the
no.
oneness consciousness.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so yeah, today the session was really, really amazing, ma'am. Thank you so much for taking your time and come here and explain every bit of silence in detail with a lot of your own experiences that really, like touched many of our hearts, definitely. And we want you to come again and again to this platform to share your knowledge
Sure.
with us.
Sure,
Thank you
sure.
so much.
Anytime. It's just like I like to share my own personal experiences because I feel that way people can connect.
Yeah.
So, yes, anytime, Punita, please feel free.
Yes.
I'd love to come and share whatever
Thank you.
learnings I've had through my journey. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
And you're doing amazing work. I have to congratulate you and Surya and the entire Singapore team.
Team, yeah.
Amazing, amazing work. Masters, I mean, I'm sure you know how dynamic Punita is, and she's, taking Singapore by storm. I would say rocking Singapore, trying to bring everybody
Exactly.
into meditation. Brinda is also part of your team. I can see you're doing so much work with children. So you guys are rocking. So thank you. Thank you for being such an inspiration to us. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. It's a big team, ma'am. All like-minded, 15 like-minded people together. We wanted to change the life of other people. Like,
Yes,
we cannot
yes.
change literally,
Yeah.
but we want to do a small change in their life that can, yeah, do
Yeah,
wonders.
yeah, yeah. I think, everything you take baby steps for everything, and you're doing your bit. Now it's up to people who you touch. They have to be consistent and feel inspired and do this. But the fact that you are in one team and you're all working together is amazing, right? That you're giving your time, and because all of us have busy lives. All of you are much younger. I'm almost retired now. I don't think about work or anything. But all of you are younger moms, and I can see you have families, but you're still so dedicated. So that's wonderful. Yes, Brinda, you have a question. So nice to see you again.
Hi, Padma ma'am. Nice to see you
Yeah,
again here.
nice to see you
That
again.
was a lovely explanation. I mean, your sharing about the
Thank
silence.
you. Thank
Um, Actually, I'm like wondering how you did like 41 days. Um, I have a
Yeah.
question. Yeah, I
Mhm.
have a question. So you also did your silence at home as well after the 41 days. I have
No,
two questions.
no, I was at home
Oh,
in
all these
this
41 days you did in.
41 days. Yes, I was at home,
Wow.
and I did it. In fact, I was planning my first trip to India after 7 years. I was planning to go to India. I had to do during that silence. So, because I could write, since it was not complete silence, I used to write. But my husband used to again say that I don't think you're in silence because you're writing essays. You're writing so much. If you if you have to control your thoughts, you have to write one line. So he's my guru. He was like substitute of
Ah,
the guru
okay.
because so yeah, I used to write.
Okay. So I misunderstood. Okay. So that means you never done silence in ashram or with sir in
I
any
did
retreat.
with
You
sir.
did.
With sir, I did. Yeah,
So
same
that's the January
retreat.
one.
Yes,
Okay.
January with Punita. I
So
was there.
yeah, after that you did this 41 days.
Yeah.
Is
No,
it?
no. Before that. Before that.
Ah, okay. So my question is, what is the difference when you did 41 days at home and 10 days in the retreat? That is question number one. Difference and challenges that you faced when you are in home, when
Yeah.
you're at
So
home.
when yes. So yeah, the 41 days at home. Uh, Actually, like I shared, right? uh, Truly, my husband and my son are unaffected by me being in silence. It was like it didn't really bother them also that much. They were able to manage, and like I said, I could do signaling, and I used to write some things like a little bit of it, because sometimes you have to express some in some way a little bit more, and that was my first experience with silence. So I was writing on post-it some things. So, but I was surprised myself. It came very easy. It was very natural. And since I don't have young kids and all these things, it's actually easier. I can understand if you have young kids, it's not that, it's a little bit more challenging because you have to be constantly communicating with them, right? You have to keep giving them direction, instruction. It's not easy to be in silence for such a long time. Maybe you can be in silence for an hour or something. But so for me, that came naturally. And I understood that though I love talking, I started enjoying even not talking. Ability to shut off, to shut up also was very, I enjoyed it. But in ashram, uh, it was like because everybody else is in silence, right? And when you are so much in that space where the environment is so conducive, everybody else is also with themselves, and totally focused, going inward. And then we had such long meditations, like we were doing 6 7 hours of meditation. So it helps to quieten the mind at a very deep level. It very at a very deep level you are able to go into quieter and quieter space because of the nature, because we are doing longer meditations. So that is actually, I think, where I felt that my awareness towards my emotions, first of all observing that yes, I am thinking, and then going towards emotions, got deeper, and how to transmute the emotion. And secondly, my connection with nature actually improved a lot during those 10 days, because I was doing barefoot walking first time. I never did that barefoot walking and grounding so much. But there, I was doing the barefoot walking. And I think all that helps you to actually connect truly to who you are, and what is your, the, like sir says, the each of us is unique and special. So I could see what is the beautiful part about me, about my inner, what is my inner and how beautiful it is, and also be able to some ways let go of my past. It was coming easier. So there were very many layers start opening up. Actually, the 10 days, in fact, I was telling sir later, sir, you can make it 20 days. 3 weeks of silence would be really good, where we can totally go inward, get to know who we are, and transform a lot more. So 10 days is long enough, but I don't know. I felt like my husband and I felt total that we could have been here for another 10 days in silence, and it would have been like good. It would have been actually fine. Maybe it's also the age, we are both in our 50s. So for us, maybe it's easier also, as you grow older, you start feeling like you want to also go more inward. But yeah, so that's the difference was that I was able to not be so much distracted by things outside. In the ashram, it's more quiet. Everybody else is in silence, and no gadgets, all that. So you're in nature, you're with yourself. So it definitely was a much deeper experience. And after I came back from ashram, I was in Hyderabad in my parents' house for 2 weeks. And then when I came back to the US, the day I landed, I told my husband, I'm going to be in silence now again for few more weeks, because I'm back here, and anyway, there's no need to interact. You and Rohan, my younger son, you guys do what you want. I don't need to interact with a third person. So I kept silence for 3 more weeks after I came home. Total silence. So I really love it, and I now have the ability. I can catch myself. Oh, I want to say this, but I can see I don't need to say it. It is just my ego, or it's my subconscious mind programming that's asking me to say it. So I'm able to stop it, and I have another measure with which I, see, count. I mean, I tell myself, do I need to open my mouth? Is it really useful, what I want to say? Is it truthful, what I want to say? Is it positive? In any way, positive for the person or positive for this world? Or is it a positive statement? If it doesn't meet any of these criteria, means I can easily shut up. I don't need to
Wow, that's
open my
lovely.
mouth and expend my energy, right? So each of you can practice, masters, these 3 points.
Oh,
Is
that's
it
very
useful?
helpful.
Is it
Can you
useful?
repeat that? It is.
Yeah, is it useful? Whatever I want to express with words, is it useful? Is it truthful? And is it positive? If you measure everything that you're going to say against these three, and if it does not meet even one criteria, you can easily say, okay, I'm not going to open my mouth. There is no need. Unless these three are checked, only then you should open your mouth. So this was really a way for me to, like I said, I love talking. So for me, it was very important that I practice some things intensely to bring about deeper healing in all levels. So this one I just remembered. I didn't remember. I mean,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
could share when everyone's there, but you guys can share if you want. This is a very good tool
This
to
is
have.
useful tips. Yeah, this is
Yes,
really good
useful.
because it.
Yeah.
I mean, I am like bit envy about how you can spend so much days in silence. I mean, I would love
Bessie,
to.
you are very young and you have young kids probably, you have a young family, so it's tough. But appreciate whatever you're doing, be very
Yeah,
appreciative
yeah,
of yourself,
yeah.
right? Because
Yes,
you are still
yes.
doing a lot. So appreciate and it'll come whenever, but take every chance possible to be in silence.
Mm,
And it's like today I want to be in silence. I have this one session and I have another session in the afternoon with the Europe group. I will talk in these two sessions. The rest of the day I'm going to try to be in silence.
oh,
Yeah.
that's great. Thank you. Thank you for your insights. Tips also very helpful. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, you're welcome. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming out of your silence and giving the session, ma'am.
No, no problem. Like I said, for me, it's easy. If I get up in the morning and feel like, okay, let me be in silence, I can because it's a way for me to stop leakage. Like I said, there's nothing so earth breaking, earth shaking and so important that I have to expend my energy. So I can be in silence, and I'm actually loving I moved to a new town, and I love this place because it's so much more nature and very less densely populated. I know Singapore is so dense, and I used to live in Silicon Valley, right, in Bay Area, which is also like very, very populated and dense. I just moved 1 hour away, but it's so like semi-rural and it's so quiet and peaceful. I feel it's a place where you can truly deepen this silence. And I feel masters have guided us to be here because we can. So I really don't have anyone to talk to also, other than just be quiet and meditate. So I think this was a perfect place for me, and that's how I take it. Yeah.
Beautiful,
Thank you
ma'am.
so
The whole universe is working for you to find a good place for you.
I know. Truly, 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 it is easier here to be in silence than it was because, yeah, fewer
Mm,
people around, and I'm enjoying being in nature.
yes. Thank you
Yes.
so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Surya, would you like to conclude?